just that, temporary. Soon there's not going to be a hole. It's just going to be gone. I'm just imagining some like diesel like behind this, you know, just like some black smoke. Have you guys ever? Good. Roleplay?
Your life is pretty smart, but when it's time to eat, suddenly you feel out of sync.
708. Oh my god, you're at 708. Oh my god, brother. You are actually crazy. Like victim. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it. Oh my god. Heard bad things about the ads on Twitch. Twitch ads really do suck. Twitch ads really do suck. I almost never watch, like, Twitch is such a better environment for actually streaming. Like, when I stream on, I've talked about it a lot. When I stream on Twitch, it feels way nicer than streaming on YouTube. But, like, the viewing experience on Twitch is terrible. Okay, now I believe Pura's lab is just, like, one of these buildings, and then it's reworked. Birthday? No, it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday, guys. It is not my birthday. People are just making it up, and people are buying it. My birthday is November 5th. We're still a couple months away from it. I'm pretty sure Pura's lab is just these, except it's slightly reworked. Like, let's look at the entrance. Yeah, look at that. The entrance is very, very similar. It even has the iron bars on top. It's just missing the banners, the extra part of the roof, and there's also some things that have been changed about the roof. Things that have been changed about the roof include the little section on the top here, that's new. The little lip at the top, that's new. This goes up, while in Minecraft, in Kakariko, it goes down. And that's it. Of course, there's the tower as well. And I actually don't know this. You can go in Pura's lab, right? I don't actually know if I've ever gone in here. There is an interior. I was not aware. I genuinely did not know that this place had an interior. I genuinely didn't know that. Somehow, I've never gone in there, and I don't know why. I've played through this game 2 times, and I haven't ever gone in there. All right. Yeah, I think we just copied it. I think we just copied the building and edit it. I think we just copy it. What's the moves are doing in Pura's lab? It's because it's like right before the game fight. That did kind of take me by surprise too, though. I was like, "What is this guy doing?" Let's just copy. Oh, okay, that's not a copy. We only have to copy half of it, and it's symmetrical. We're gonna expand it a little bit too, I think. All right, back to Lookout Landing. Oh, look at it on the map. Oh my gosh, it's starting to exist. It is certainly starting to exist. Everyone else online, if you guys are going to keep building, I definitely recommend working on some of the details around here next. Okay. Let's figure this out. How does this work with the wall? Okay, so it sticks outward. See that? It sticks out. Let's focus on building it first. Let's just focus on building it first. Focus on building. Okay, we're going to do this. This. Oh, this is weird working with one of these houses again. It's been so long since I've built this. Now that I think about it, it has been so long since I built this house. Like, it's actually crazy now that I think about it. Can you move? Thank you. Okay. This thing at the top isn't on this building. I need to get like a better view of it. I need to get up into the area of this place. Yeah, I need to get up here. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna expand it out. I'm gonna expand it by 2 extra blocks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, and we're going to copy it over. I think, like so. Wow, Tears of the Kingdom. Yep, I've already built Tunnel Breath of the Wild, so now we're doing Tears. Crazy sentence, I know. So, how is this gonna work? Okay, I didn't. Okay, copy this one over, and copy like this. Copy this, and do like some edits, and then this curves back up like so. Right. And then we can get rid of like this. Maybe a stair. Sure. This we're gonna move over and then copy this. Like so. How long do you think Tears of the Kingdom project is gonna take? I am hoping to be done before 2028. That's the goal. But I'm not gonna like hold myself to that, you know? It's not like set in stone, like I need this done by 2028. It's just like I hope I can finish it by then. That would be ideal. That's the idea. Then we need the mini roof on top, of course. We also need the banners that kind of hang down, which we need. Okay, we're clearing some stuff out. What do we not need? We don't need blah 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 there and blah and yeah, you too. All right. So 2 types of wool. That looks like it's gonna be okay. We're gonna use brown concrete powder and sand for this, I think.
We'll have to see the Sonic Colors OST.
Thank you for the 2, Ziggy. I actually did it. I haven't actually played it though. I have a confession. I did not make this stream playlist. My friend made it for me, so I haven't actually played Sonic Colors or anything. But I'm sure it's a good game. I'm sure it's great. I just haven't played it. I haven't played. The only Sonic game I've ever played was Sonic and the Black Knight on the Wii. It's the only one I ever touched as a little kid. Okay, and then like that. Okay, so now it's a bit wider. And then it has like a base to it. Let's work on the little base first. We already kind of have the foundations for the base here. We're going to do this. And then dark oak. Like so. Boom. Kind of like this thing, maybe? Oh, the cat song. Here it is, guys. We made it to the cat song. Oh, dear God, no wonder you don't care for Sonic. I mean, I don't remember hating Sonic and the Black Knight, I will say. I have heard that it's not one of the, like, good games, according to Sonic fans. But, like, I did not hate it, you know? I was a little kid, and I was like, it's a fun game. That's about all you can really ask for. I remember it had a really sick menu theme. That's what I remember. I just remember, like, my brother and I just loving the menu theme. Whoa, that was a nice little lag spike. Alright, and then, like, stone foundation. We'll just do cobblestone. I'm actually going to remove the layer. I feel like it's too tall. I can't really explain it. It's just a feeling. And then, like, this. Kind of deal. And then we get trapdoor. And we fix that here to kind of transition with the cobblestone better. And then we take this. Take his head off! This is a bloodbath!
Come on, there is no way he's.
And then we grab this, and actually we need to grab the whole thing and flip it across. Like so. Okay. There's the sound base. We need to add variation to it. So we're going to pull out our noise painter, and we're going to add dead choral and tub. Whoops. Sure, I guess. I don't really like it. I feel like it needs to be longer, right? Like, am I crazy for saying it needs to be longer? Oh, it definitely needs to be longer. Oh, it 100% needs to be longer. Who am I kidding? I'm not crazy at all for thinking it needs to be longer. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And we have the middle gap to fill in. Just saying that someone's Twitch username is Princess Pearl. Yeah, I've been desperately ignoring that. I have been desperately ignoring that. We're going to color this all back to cobblestone while we take care of this. We're going to texture it at the end. Okay, so we need to expand everything. This can just be stretched outwards like that. This little section is a bit more annoying though. I think we're going to do slab. Put this in here and that. I don't know what the logic was. I don't, dude, it's been like 3 years. I don't know what the logic was with the script put here. No. You think like if I'm scared to do it? No, I don't think it'll be that hard. Thank you for the 2, I appreciate it. I don't think it'll be that hard to like make, if that's what you're trying to ask. I'm not really concerned about. See, now because we expanded it, it's like 2, okay. We need to do more like that. We need to have, the curve to be different. Because it was too, like, pointed, but it needs to be more like, I don't know the term. That's like that. Ooh. When are you getting your cat? Bro, not for a while. You guys are not seeing the cat that I get. I'm eventually going to get for a long time. I can revoke our access to Chub Knox. Is it not enabled? I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Alright, that's a lot better. So we can kind of copy this all across. And make a whole thing. Completely different now. So, that did not get copied, which is fine. Quick change. Boom. Yeah. Now we need the additional little mini roof on top. It's way up there. It's really weird. I need to take a closer look. How does this work? Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Okay. Easy. So get stuff out. I need that. This the entrance is. It's kind of like boom, boom, boom. Like that size. And like that. We need to get Dark Oak signs out.
I lost his other hand.
Like that. And then the roof curves all the way down to here. Kind of like this, maybe. Probably do like that, and then is it like a flat top? It's a flat top and has one of those. Maybe comes up like one block, and then it's just flat across. Like so. I'm making this the wrong way. It's not supposed to be concave. It's supposed to curve up. Like that. Let's do it first.
Oh no.
It's a dark oak like strip at the top. I'm remembering why I hated making these so much. These are terrible to build, these houses. Like these roof tiles, get dark oak out, boom, boom. Kind of like this, maybe. Or something like that. Yearns for Chuck Frogs. Chuck Frogs is never happening. Not happening. It should. It definitely shouldn't. Okay. I'm gonna copy this right now. I don't know if I like it. Oh, how did that occur? Oh, because I'm an idiot. Oh, that's how it occurred. Because I'm a moron. Big doofus. Moron man. That's me. I'm just a giant idiot. I don't like it now. It's too. The whole thing's too big now. I'm not crazy for thinking that, right? Maybe it's not. Oh. I could mess with this shape forever and never be happy with it. I will literally never be happy with this shape. I can keep messing with it all night and I won't be happy with it. That's not copy correctly, but it's easy fix. Where did that wasn't like that. It was like this. Right? That's what it was. I think it'll be smaller. Because like this tower, maybe not. Let's figure out this tower It's a good like 5 block gap between, and it's probably like a 7x7 platform. Never forget the creature. I want to forget the creature. I definitely want to forget the creature. Okay, so. This, maybe? Probably lower down. Like that. And then the corners are going to be dark oak logs. Is that really going to look good? How far down do they go? They really do go down pretty far. Could just do like that. Probably better to do it like this.
Goodness.
This might actually look nicer than what it has before. It does look a lot nicer already, just having that. I think there should be at least one cursed entity per project. Yeah, I mean, Coruscant had Jar Jar. Breath of the Wild had Shubnogs. We don't have one for tiers yet. I mean, we're only 4 days into tiers. So there's time. Don't worry, guys. There's time for the cursed entity of this project to come still. You regret this yet? Nope. Not yet. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's a decent start. I'm just trying to get a rough outline at the top for now. It's not going to be Chub Frogs, not happening. What's he doing? I just got here. Lookout landing. We're doing Burrow's Lab right now.
I'm here, and due to a packaging error, we can't sell 3,000 leg.
Okay, we're cooking on this. Okay, it's a decent rough outline. I actually really like the way that's looking now. Should we move it into place now? I think we should probably move it into location. It looks like it's lined up with the center of the walls. So let's just move it down now. Boom, boom. The two sides are not even, but whatever. I'll fix that. So there. And this is slightly above. Maybe like that, and we place it here. Is that a good place for it? That might be the perfect placement. Then we have the balcony here. I think that's a good place for it. I think that's a good spot. Doing it. They just didn't. Okay. Chill out, Gabe. Chill out. Oh, this is looking really good. I really like this. This is looking good. I like this. All right. Let's finish up. Let's finish up the telescope, I guess. Let's get it over with. Let's do it. Let's get the telescope over with. I think the next one is we're going to climb the tower. like climb halfway up. That'll probably give me a pretty good vantage point. Okay, let you stand here. Oh yeah, that's a great vantage point. All right. Here we go. Here's my idea. Why is that there? Okay. All right, watch and learn, chat. Watch and learn. Wait. Okay. I thought that wasn't the center. I thought that wasn't centered properly. I was going to go crazy. All right. Here we go. Here's my idea of how to do this. We're going to start with white, full. We're going to do shape tool, and we're going to click right there. That's octagon. No, we want solid. Okay. We're going to do a cone. We want a cone. And we're going to do height. Let's say like 21. See the vision, chat? You see the vision? Maybe a diameter of 7. That's probably about a good, maybe that in 25. Maybe we should go back to 5. I think I like 5 as the diameter because the details are gonna like thicken it out, and then maybe like 27, make it a bit longer, like that, and then we can cut off a bit at the end. I like that. We'll put it there for now. We might have to move it downward. Yes. Okay. So let's make it gray concrete. And now we add detail. Good idea would be to build all of Breath of the Wild of Minecraft. Buddy, I have some news for you. Yeah, no, that's definitely Thank you, Noah, bro. I appreciate it. Glad to see you here in Twitch chat. I can't wait for Griok. Oh, God. No, don't put that cursed idea into my mind. Don't even give me that terrible idea. Griok. Guys, it's been so long since the GR joke started. Can we not think of anything better? Are we really incapable of thinking of anything better? Dude, trapdoors are so good for that. I mean, the new copper stuff is so good. I just realized, holy. Oh, that's a nice. Dude, that's the second blood moon of the stream.
The no hidden fee catch-up card. Some deodorants want you to think body odor is a you problem, but really, it's a skincare problem. To get technical,
Something like that. And then there's like another like hook kind of deal, like here. Like this. That's right. Let's do this, and then let's move it back a block. Maybe slap there. Slap here. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. I like that. And then we'll add like a little line there. Separate the front from the back. I know there's like a significant part where like things got a lot more there, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't think. And then we're gonna do that kind of thing. And then put some lore tablets. Smooth smooth stone. I don't remember what they look like. The first thoughts that come to mind are that the complete smooth stone. I feel like it's a bit much. I'm wondering if there's any other block we can mix into smooth stone. This part looks really good. I like this. I'm just not sure about the color. I don't remember what it looks like. Let me look down. I can't see it from here. Maybe it does work. Like from a distance, it's just too much smooth stone, I think. See what I mean? Can we mix in like other blocks maybe? Like what about light gray concrete powder? Like what if we mix in other blocks? Like a gradient? That's my first thought. Is the potential for like a gradient thing. Maybe it won't work. If you want to keep trying with colors, I don't like the full smooth stone, but there might be no other way. We'll have to see it. I'm a newcomer, and my first thought is right now is why is Tears of the Kingdom in the title, but I see Tenna in the distance. Oh, don't worry, he's up there as well. Because I have a bunch of hooligans on the server, and hooligans do hooligan-style things. I'm gonna move this over a block, actually. Like that. Yeah, there we go. And then we do copper trapdoors here. All right, like that. Yeah. And then what if we do like that? There we go. Okay. And then we do, what if we do? That, and we get like, what do we put there? What do we put in this little thing here? This little crevice. We could do like spruce, maybe. Add a bit of spruce into this. And then, because that'll allow us, it looks too thin of a gap. Looks like that part's too thin. So then we can do this to kind of thicken it up. Yeah. That's good. I like that. And then I assume that this is going to be like, okay, I'm going to do it here. I don't know what to put here. We could just do like black concrete. I think what we do is we do black concrete, and then we do like tinted glass. Okay, crazy idea. So we cover it with tinted glass, and then we add like a little shine to it, like that. That's what I'm thinking. But it sticks out. That's the problem. Maybe we can just do like this to fix it. I guess that works. I guess that works. And then we outline it with, where'd the block go? This. That. And then it's got like a thing on the top. That's kind of like that. Whoa, did you guys just see that? Am I crazy, or when the lightning struck beside the lab in Tears of the Kingdom, I'm pretty sure the telescope like actually shook. But maybe it's just my screen shaking a little bit. I swear to God, that's actually a really cool little detail, if that's what I actually saw. But I might have just been hallucinating it. I very well could have been. And there's like the thing down here. No, I swear I just saw it again. I don't know. I might be crazy. We need like these here. One underneath. Actually, we'll put this one a block back, and then we need the gray. There's like the rod that's being held up, and it connects back to like. Oh, we can connect it back to here. Like that. Yeah. Here we go. And we give it like one little bit on the tail end. No, I'm trying to just do that. Yeah. Okay. And then we do like trapdoor here, actually all the way around. We're gonna actually change it. Instead of gray concrete, we're gonna do this part as polished deep slate. That way we can incorporate slabs. So if we change this rod to deep slate, what we can do is doing that. Yeah. And then maybe like that too. Yeah? I think I like it. I think I like that. And then one final bit of detail we can do, if we grab gray concrete and we go to gradient and we do gray concrete on the bottom and gray concrete powder, and then go to linear, we can do that. Actually, let's get even crazier. Gray, okay, we accidentally added gray wool, so it's got gray concrete powder in the middle. We do that. So now it's got a little gradient. It's darker in the back, lighter in the front. I think I like that. What are we thinking, chat? All right. Yippee, I think. Now we just have to like connect it up. You are not looking through the telescope, my guy. What is that in the background? You're gonna have to be more specific. I'm gonna be honest. What is that in the background? You're gonna have to be more specific. You're talking about that? You're talking about that? Like, what are we talking about? You're gonna have to be more specific. Oh my god, it's so funny. So this comes up like past the thing. You're gonna have to remove those. And we have to move the whole thing down. We're gonna move the whole thing down. Dude, if you compare this to the telescope I made at the Tanotech lab for Breath of the Wild, the difference in quality is staggering. Like, the telescope that I made all the way back at the beginning of the project was terrible. There we go. I like it. I like it a lot. Ugh. Oh man, I'm starting to regret saying I would try and finish. I don't know if I'm actually gonna finish tonight. I might call it when the lab's done. Do like the tablet design. Ooh. That is pretty good. That is actually pretty good, yeah. Again, I don't remember what they look like. Okay. First of all, like kind of combining ideas from both. I like this more. Taking a look at both of them, I like the pointed ends from the left one more. I like the scripture, like the actual like stuff here. I don't know if I like the Green Banner more. I don't remember what goes where the Green Banner is. point they don't have. I don't care. It looks better. I'll have to look at that again first. I don't know if I like the green banner at the bottom, but I definitely like this part. I definitely do like this part, the actual like text stuff. I like that. I know we have like the one last thing I want to do. I want to copy this. The man is the same. No, it's bigger. Okay, we're gonna have to build something new there then. Why they're 20, dude? Don't ask me. Don't even bother asking me because I have no clue what they're doing there. No idea. All right. That is going to be like angled up towards the castle still. Oh, it's looking really good. I'm really happy with how this is going so far. I really like it. It shows the telescope and Nintendo. Yeah, let me show you guys before I end what the telescope and Nintendo look like. It's so bad. It's so terrible. Oh my god. I actually cannot believe how bad it is. Keep in mind, I built this 3.5 years ago. Keep in mind, this is a 3.5-year-old build. This whole thing looks bad. Oh, I didn't know that was there. Yeah, this is my first telescope design that I made 3.5 years ago. Honestly, like, the quality of Hateno is just not really up to standard. Like, I guess I had a bit of a gradient, which is fine. The interiors are kind of ugly. Like the roofs. Okay, it's actually not as bad as I remember it being. Hateno is not nearly as bad as I remember it being. But yeah. I think we're gonna call it. I'm not looking at Chub Frogs. If he actually built it, I'm not looking. Alright, everyone. 3.5 hour stream. I couldn't finish Lookout Landing, but I didn't go in with the expectation that I was gonna finish it, so you know, whatever. Next stream we'll probably be finishing Lookout Landing. I might finish Lookout Landing off stream. That way I can start on something new the next stream. I'm not sure. We'll see. Hopefully I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. No guarantees. I don't know when I'll be streaming or what days I'll be streaming. It's just kind of whatever I can, whenever I feel like it. But it's going to be most days. I'm really in the mood to keep streaming this right now. I'm really in the mood to keep going. So yeah. Expect more streams soon. Yippee. This is a really fun stream. Thank you guys all for stopping by. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.
Hey everyone, I'm the Canadian.
Through the tube, thick enough to be
8 years. The Amazing World.
Oh.
How old are you?
10 years old.
Ooh.
When HBO Max launched in 2020, it seemed like it really hit the jackpot of streaming services. And for a lot of people, its animation library was a huge factor, as not only were we getting highly anticipated cartoons like Infinity Train and Close Enough, but we finally had a streaming home for Cartoon Network's legacy catalog. The shows that 90s and early 2000s kids grew up with. Dexter's Lab, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, not Johnny Bravo, they're still scared of that one. The list goes on. While the late 2000s and 2010s cartoons already had a home over on Hulu, the closest we got to a lot of these throwback cartoons was the Boomerang streaming service. Let me ask you, it's a concept.
Justin,
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this. Get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. Hendrix is all in for babies and families.
From prenatal classes to postpartum care, from your birth plan and everything in between, you'll have our team of experts.
As an obstetrician, I'm all in with my patients.
Learn more at hendrix.org/OB.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the finale of part 1 of our 8th wave of custom sets here on the channel, all about LEGO Legend of Zelda and what places might look like if this crossover is ever to happen. Now, for the last 6 months or so, we've been going through 10 sets based on Tears of the Kingdom, and don't worry, we are not done with this game. There are still 8 more to come. But given how long these things take to make, I would be remiss if I didn't use my work for a second video, and we're going to talk about everything we've seen so far. So this is the sort of halfway wrap-up while I get things ready, get a trailer ready for part 2, and just put some finishing touches on things. But it gives us a chance to go over some of the stuff that gets left out of the individual videos, as well as just talk a little bit briefly about all of them, and maybe encourage you guys to go back and check something you didn't see, because all 10 of these have something to sort of show. So, starting with the first one that we made, this was, I'm going to go by set order number, this was Z00690, Arrokuda Ambush, and this set was based off the Rito quest line, the Rito Original Phenomena from the intro dungeon, and while it didn't cover the Storm and Dark, well, just quite yet. This was supposed to represent some of the tops of Mount Hebrew, where all the Zonai Rito architecture had fallen, along with one of the little sky boats which started to head up. Now, a couple of cool things about this one to mention is not only our wonderful construct figures, which are making use of a brand new molder design for this wave, but also the ability to sort of almost pseudo-customize the Rito architecture. Now, a lot of the Zonai architecture in the game has a lot of unique and very, very sort of high fidelity patterns, and this was actually really hard to recreate in brick form. However, ever since the theme of LEGO Dots ended, LEGO announced that they would be trying to include this method of play by arranging tiles in sets. The idea being here, of course, that all of these patterns are supposed to look vaguely avian, like the sections you see in game, but you could technically rearrange them however you liked, because it's just quarter tiles and an arrangement, and create your own patterns, thus customizing the set. The other fun part about this set is, of course, it can be largely expanded, and you can buy many of them, but we can come back to that later. Last cool thing about the boat is, well, it bounces. You know, these sails are springy in the game, and that can be recreated here so that you can bounce figures up into the sky, and that's making use of the piece that was introduced in one of the Mario waves in the summer, only a year or so back, and as you press down on it, it springs up and down. Really cool piece, really excited to see it used more, and, well, this is one of those times. Next up was Z0070. This was Zora's Domain Muckrock Menace, one of the longer names, because if you imagine it in a full theme, it would be LEGO The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Zora's Domain Muckrock Menace. What a mouthful. And this set was one that we did recently that was designed to capture sort of a cube of caves, land, and sky. And it's a completely vertical cube section. It takes a lot of inspiration from the Avatar sets to have our floating skylands where you can fight one of our bosses, Muckrock, who's a recon of existing shark, along with using a smaller little guy. But then we've also got other platforms, such as one with a captain construct. You've got a surface level with an enemy camp and a fight with Sludge-like. Sludge being, of course, the main theme of the Zora Regional Phenomena. You can sort of spew it all over the place, and there's actually a launching feature for that. Down, of course, on the surface, there's the sort of whirlpool door, and I don't feel like I really like showcases enough, but the idea is that of course it starts closed and then you can pretend that Sidon swims around in a circle, and of course then you can like drop him through the hole so that he can end up in the ancient waterworks, which has some really beautiful, again, the Zorazone architecture here for the again for another implementation of the dots play features, but also just looking really pretty using all the Lego blue colours. Around the back there were features like bombable rules. There was another tunnel with Gloomhand. Guys, these were with a Gloomhand. These guys are actually in this wave, along with a couple of treasure chests and other features. But overall, this one's a little interesting. I feel like it is very dense and it's very good, but it does feel a little mock-like for what we do here. However, it's a really interesting concept, and I was glad to bring that to you guys, even if it's maybe not the most well executed. Next up was Z071, the Depth-Defying Master Coda. This was obviously a small set designed to fight around. To fight with Master Coda. I'm going to really leave this one out because this one only just showed up on the channel, but if you're watching in future, of course, feel free to check it out. This one, the main draw is, of course, the figures, but also the ability to get Coda's car, just a small vehicle set, which is not something I get to say often about doing a Zelda custom wave sets. Everyone always forgets the small sets are the most important in the pocket money boundary, and this one does everything it needs to do. So, a great inclusion with some really desirable figures such as Champion's Tunic Link in a cheap and affordable way. Next up, Frog's Mining Encounter. This was a 072, and this one was all about the frogs, a really fun encounter that they added to the depths of the game. Now, balancing the wave between sky, land, and depths was a really interesting challenge over the 18 sets, and while you certainly haven't seen the last of the depths, this is the biggest one we've seen so far. And this one, as I said, most of the build is taken up by a Frogs, who has a really cool feature where he has, I'm going to call them puppet-like legs, very similar to the Mighty Bowser set, so that when he jumps, his legs sort of flop and then resparse and like stands up as he hits the ground, meaning he's really, really playable and actually sort of jumps like a frog. Really sturdy with Technic frame and fantastic features around the mouth, not to mention, of course, the removable fangs to be used for a fuse play feature where you could take his remains and then use them as weapons to actually mine some Zonite deposits, which was the side build here with the exclusive Gloom Boko. And one of my favourite small details, the Stemellastrum stick, one of the natural fuses that you can find in the depths. I think this one's a lot of fun. So 073 was the King Leok encounter. My turn at a sort of mid-range dragon. This one to me has big vibes of the motorized ones, or I shouldn't say motorized, the mechanical hand crank dragons and birds that Harry Potter was doing, such as Hedwig, Forks, and the Hungarian Horntail. Specifically, West Tower's Hungarian Horntail model here was inspiration. However, this Leok is very different from a lot of the mock ones you'll see online because this one is obviously designed around play first and foremost. It has a great scale belly, 3 heads with all kinds of elemental activities. Of course, you can move the Leok horns as well. Small little side build with some fire fruit. But my favourite feature here has to be the cloth wings that can flap up and down. First time we've had some large cloth elements included in the CSS, at least in a very long time. Next up was the 0074, the best set in this first part of the wave and the first one. I haven't seen a GSI since a while now, but this was the Great Skyland. This one's pretty perfect. This set, as soon as I finished it, I immediately loved it. I immediately have one of the islands, and I'm just waiting for one part recolor before I will have the rest too. The only thing I would change potentially is add a couple more food details. I feel like this would have been the place to include a Sunderlion, or along those lines, maybe some more simple mushrooms. Oh, to be honest, yeah, even like Dazzle Fruit or something, just more of like the variety of items that you have to cook within the game. Because I feel like you have this cooking pot island and you don't really have anything to do with it. However, the figures here, I really like this figure selection. Having the new piece for the Flux construct really adds a whole load of play, and the fact that you can rearrange it into its 3 different forms key is really, really smart. I really like how that turned out. You've also got Raru, and the only real debate here was whether he should have had a cloth piece for his shoulder element, and it's a debate that I go back and forth on. With him, less so, because of his giant molded head, the cloth would sort of just get stuck behind his head, which would look great, and I'm worried it wouldn't, say, flop down and cover his torso like we wanted to. However, also Lego seems to be moving away from cloth printing, at least for like stuff like necks and so on. I say this having obviously seen like the Tantive 4 boarding, and Fives has a plastic thing around his neck, but I just don't feel like those kind of cloth elements work particularly well in a set like this. However, you will be seeing one for me because it's a completely different cloth element. Leave me alone. As for the rest of the set, though, I think the tempo time looks good. If I had to make any comments or criticisms, I'd say the tempo time's probably not strong enough to hold up, but everything else here I really, really love. It actually captures a really wonderful scale where it's sort of very much like my giant scale Hyrule Castle, where it's actually just a little too small to be figure scale, but a little too big to be micro scale. So it's kind of nicely in between, where the details on the surface are figure scale, but the actual islands themselves are slightly shrunk. Either way, really captures the vibes of Underfleet, and I look forward to doing something else with the Skylands in the future because I really love how this turned out. Next up, though, was Z0075. This was Lookout Landing. This was a lot of people's favourite this time around, for good reason. However, once again, as we're talking about later, I have my problems with it. So this was the biggest set in the wave, and originally, I don't know if I've actually shown this, had box art that wasn't 18 plus branded. However, we later changed that so that it has the 18 plus because it fits the large park camp. Some really cool stuff here, of course. It opens up so that you can access all the different areas, such as the Wordsworth tablet that falls from the ground. You've got Mumps' Market over front right. You've got Pura's little house with all these details inside, all these maps of the regional phenomena, a bed, a telescope at the top, of course the main meeting area, the area down below where Josh's lab, and of course the Skyview Tower with the action feature air pump. Everyone forgets about that, where you can launch and you go up through the tower into the sky. Very, very cool. Of course, lots of small details around. This is a fully Dollhouse playset. I personally think it's too big, and I don't think it's stable enough. However, whatever, that's for another day. I just don't think it's realistic to see a playset of this size outside of Monkey Kids, so very much on the edge. However, it only gets more unrealistic when we start talking about 0076, which is Secret Cave Discovery, which goes below. But hold on, we're not quite there yet. The figures, of course, in this set were another highlight. For me, I particularly enjoyed the Big Fig Bosco Coben. Not many other characters actually fit into the traditional Big Fig mold, like the Hulk. So this was really cool to see sort of like a reinterpretation of the Cave Troll and Goblin King from Lord of the Rings. I really like doing that. And of course, he looks great with his Coben sporting there. New horns as well. Besides that, of course, you've sort of got the main cast. You've got Champion Student Link making his big set appearance. All of our Shiga researchers with their correct details and some civilians as well. Really is a centerpiece set. I just have my own issues with it. And of course, this set had plenty of
With the Digital Circus Awards ending, we have bad news for Kane following the announcement that the voting for the award ceremony wasn't looking too good for him, along with huge secret messages hidden throughout the awards page that give us massive spoilers towards the next episode. But whoa!
So one time I was doing a show and tell.
Well, this has been going on long enough. I'm gonna end the stream. Boop.